I'm Sachi Greene, C.O.O, and I live in Denver, Colorado.
Wonderful. What did you want to be when you were growing up?
Such a great question. When I was really little, I wanted to be just like my dad. I went to work with my dad and I would type his letters at his staffing company, and I loved it so much that I was like, well, this is what I'm going to do. And then as I got older, I realized that I really enjoyed working with people and wanted to be a leader and a change agent. So that's how I've ended up here.
So you're one of the people that actually became what you wanted to be when you were a kid.
Sorta, yeah.
Awesome.
You know, I didn't have any notion of what industry I would be in, and it was totally random. I ended up in staffing as well.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So, coming up in that from the ground up, what, made you eventually choose to come to FlexTrades?
So with FlexTrades, the opportunity to work with the people, it really came down to such an awesome team that was open to new ideas and the opportunity for growth and to evolve our tech stack.
So what would you say to someone currently considering working with FlexTrades?
The people here are great. I've been welcomed with open arms, and we have a great environment for work hard, play hard, and supportive of families as well. So come on and work with us. It's really fun.
And, talking about that makes me think of kind of a surprise question here for you, but I think it'll fall in your wheelhouse. Coming from the background you're in, there are a lot of opportunities to work with staffing companies. There's a lot of opportunities for our technicians to take their skills directly to various clients around the country. What do you think makes FlexTrades different from all of those other options that are out there?
I think FlexTrades does a great job differentiating ourselves in that we offer some of the best pay rates in the industry. We take care of all of the travel arrangements, so our techs just have to worry about showing up on day one. And we make it easy for them to work with us, and we make it easy for our clients to work with us.
So I love this question. Why do you go to work every day? And what I mean by that isn't, what are you doing with the paycheck, but what are you working for? What's your why?
I come to work every day to make a difference, whether that is with our technicians, our candidates, or our corporate employees. I'm lucky enough to work across all of our groups and teams that we have here at FlexTrades, and I love making an incremental difference.
And you're fairly new, but you've been here a while now. So have you had a chance yet for FlexTrades to make a difference in your life?
It's a great question. Yes, I think FlexTrades has made a difference in my life to show me what's out there and to welcome me with open arms, like I mentioned before. And it's really been a fun adventure so far.
Have you been working here long enough to have a chance for FlexTrades to allow you to make a difference in someone else's life yet?
I don't know necessarily about someone else's life. I hope so, even if it's just been with the minimal interactions we've had as a team. But to have a difference company-wide, that has happened, and it's been really fun.
Another follow-up. So coming in here, what would you say is the thing that has surprised you the most in your initial time here with FlexTrades, from expectation to reality? Good, bad, or in the middle?
I think one of the things that has surprised me the most about FlexTrades is learning about how long our employees have been with our company. We don't experience a lot of turnover, and right now we're experiencing a lot of growth, and growth can be challenging at times, and our team has risen to the occasion and they're embracing it.
Great answer. Let's see here, lost my place. Okay, so this is another one I really love. Before working at FlexTrades, and this can be from any time in your life, what was the most unusual or interesting job you've ever had?
That would be when I was in college. I had an internship working in a scientific research lab in Denver, Colorado, and I was performing research on genetic obesity. It was really interesting, but I quickly learned that I enjoy talking and connecting with people too much to work in a quiet lab environment.
So are we talking like actually in the microscopes and making slides, or what goes into research like that?
So I was primarily responsible for running DNA tests, like PCR, and sharing my results with the other scientists on the team. And the end result was creating a mouse that was a knockout mouse. So it lacked a certain gene that we were seeing if it contributed to genetic obesity.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was fun.
So how do you balance your career at FlexTrades and family? I know you have a family. I know it's very important to you. I know your career is very important to you. What are, some priorities you've taken to approaching to make sure you keep that balance in place?
So for me, it's about being present. When I'm at work, I'm present. When I'm with my family, I'm present. And it's taking advantage of those important moments and making time for those important moments across the board.
That's easier said than done for some people.
It is.
Tips, tricks, tools that have helped that be a little more repeatable for you?
Yeah, having a shared family calendar. Knowing where my husband is, where my son is, and what's coming up in the week, and then making sure I put those important responsibilities on my calendar at work.
Great tip. When you think of your team, what comes to mind and why?
My team is very dedicated, very hardworking, and open to new ideas. Sometimes with some hesitancy, which I totally understand, and that's totally normal, but I love working with them and working through some of those speed bumps.
Great. What's the most rewarding thing that has happened to you at work since coming to FlexTrades?
So far, the most rewarding thing that has happened has been making a few slight tweaks to our process and cutting our time to fill by over 60%.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Is that what you were expecting to have the results be, or do you overachieve a little bit there?
I think that we overachieved as a team because it really took everyone on the team to make it happen. But to have the results happen in 3 months has been great.
That's fantastic. How about most challenging thing you've encountered at FlexTrades so far?
I think the most challenging thing is coming into a new environment and not knowing how I would be received and some of my ideas to take the company to the next level would be received. And I've been pleasantly surprised with the team and fostering that trust that it takes to move this company to the next level.
That makes me think of another question too, and I think you're in a great position, being in leadership, coming in with some outside perspective, but also coming in from physically outside of the company too, in this remote environment. Has there been any pros or cons to kind of a full-time remote work style with a full-time remote company that you've encountered since you came to FlexTrades?
Yeah, I've always managed remote teams. I also had my own teams in my office before I joined FlexTrades. The one thing that was great about FlexTrades is that the remote environment has kind of always been there for the team. So the team's used to working remotely, being spread out across the country. And for me, coming in and bringing my experience managing remote teams by embracing some technology, embracing video calls, doing more frequent check-ins, and attending the really fun Trivia Fridays has been great.
Events like that help, no doubt.
They do.
Where are we at here? Okay, these are some questions I'm really excited to ask you. So first one, kind of looking at a couple different sides of the view on our company. If you had a chance to sit down with a potential client and tell them something that you wish they knew about FlexTrades, what would be that one thing?
I would tell our potential clients that our screening process is so thorough, it is second to none. It truly is first class. I have not seen much in the industry that comes even close to the amount of screening and training we do internally with our groups to make sure that our recruiters know how to ask the right questions and make sure they're truly right for the job. Our technicians can hit the ground running and make an immediate impact in our client environment. And above that, we handle all of their travel, so we don't deal with people's cars breaking down all that frequently or people not showing. We have a very high show rate because of how involved we are in getting our techs from point A to point B in a timely manner.
It's pretty fun being able to see someone come immediately out of college and not even really know how to do the job to within weeks and months being able to tell the difference between a good welder and a bad welder.
Right. It is. It's great.
Okay, how about looking inside? If you had a chance to sit down with a potential employee and tell them something you wish they knew about FlexTrades, what would that be?
Are we talking about corporate employee?
Internal employee, yep.
That this is such a caring environment, not just for people as people, but also for encouraging people to take that next step with their career and really wanting to foster people to do better. We spend a ton of time with our training, and I think it's great.
Great answer. And last side of that kind of, triangle, if you had a chance to talk to our technicians that don't get to hear from all that many of us hear all that often and tell them one thing you wish they knew about FlexTrades, what would you say to that technician?
We make it easy for them to work in the manufacturing industry. We have top-notch recruiters to work with, top-notch support people who are there to support them while they're on the job, answer any questions, and the pay rates. We offer really competitive pay rates throughout the industry.
Great answer. What are some career lessons you've learned thus far, before or during your work at FlexTrades?
There are always three sides to every story.
That's a great quote. Let's see here. We talked about this a little bit, but would you say there's anything that changes about your leadership or management style or methods from more of an in-person kind of direct connection environment versus a remote environment?
I think the communication is more thoughtful in a remote environment. In an office environment, when you're there every day, you can just stop by and say hi. And when you're remote, you think about it, and you think about asking thoughtful questions and making the most of our time together. And I think that enhances our conversations and our meetings to make them the most productive and get good ideas going.
Last question I have for you. What are you most excited about in the rest of this year and the next year to come?
We have a lot going on with taking our tech stack to its next evolution, and I'm so excited to be part of that and bring these solutions to FlexTrades and to see what they do for us as well as our technicians and our clients.
Is every day a gong show at your current job? Then now is the perfect time to apply, because we're hiring. Check out our website at flextrades.com to view open positions and apply.